seen these women speak on Kevin Samuels? Not to mention the other girl, Kendra G. That's a circus. But
over the past week or two, Corey Holcomb has been throwing some serious allegations at the lead attorney. First off, he flat out called the lead attorney a liar. Then he gobbled down and labeled him lead and a Negro behind law, basically implying the man is living a gay lifestyle. Now hold up, that part, at least for the moment, doesn't directly tie into Kevin Samuels. But listen to this, we're circling back to that in just a second. Rewind, because historically Corey Holcomb has mostly spoken in a positive light about the impact and influence of the late, great Kevin Samuels.
Seen these women speak on Kevin Samuels? Not to mention the other girl, Kendra G. That's a circus. But they're just making random phone calls to random people, right. And it's like, it's making us look bad.
And let's not forget, he's even gone hard at anybody who tried to throw dirt on Kevin Samuels' name.
They was talking about my brother when he passed.
Right, that's terrible.
That's how you know they know he talking about them.
And that's terrible. That was terrible.
Face ass Vivica Fox.
Oh, no, she didn't say that.
She did not.
This funk ass.
Oh, my God.
Say he got his karma. Your face is carved up because you hate yourself. He talk about bitches that hate they.
Now, in the past, he did say Kevin had a little feminine energy, but that never stopped him from giving credit where it was due. And let's be real, we can all critique people, but Kevin Samuels has been gone for almost 4 years now. At this point, it's really no reason to keep dragging his name into the current drama. If you claim you still have beef with Kevin Samuels today, it just doesn't land, because whatever he said is already out there. He's not here to respond or clarify anything, and that part matters. Kevin Samuels, whether you rocked with him or couldn't stand him, is not here to defend himself. But today, I am. You see, Corey Holcomb doesn't just spar with one person at a time. He tends to bundle everybody together. If he's at odds with Anton or me or the lead attorney, it can't just be a disagreement about his actions. Suddenly, folks are getting labeled Bagdoria and a bunch of other wild names. And in the middle of all that, Kevin Samuels gets pulled into smoke that has absolutely nothing to do with him. So when Corey is going at the lead attorney, he brings up something that actually matters.
Kevin Samuels, the late, great Kevin Samuels, was a great philosophizer on the situation that's happening with a lot of the women in society. I believe that, hands down. I think he was really good at what he did.
Now, he goes on to say that Kevin Samuels was the great philosopher of his era. And listen, that part, that's facts. I'll give him that all day. But then he keeps talking.
You know that but is coming, especially in this case, but I always thought he had a feminine side that made me feel like, I can't prove this, made me feel like he preferred.
He goes on to say that while he respects Kevin Samuels, he believes Kevin liked man or preferred man, even though he admits he can't prove it. Now hold up, here's where Corey Holcomb runs into a wall. Whether Kevin Samuels was gay or not is irrelevant. Whether the lead attorney is gay or not is also irrelevant. The bottom line is Kevin Samuels has nothing to do with the issue you're dealing with right now. Your real dispute with the lead attorney centers around your own lawyer, Derek Dion, who, by the way, from everything publicly available, is not licensed in the state of California. Damn, damn, damn. He's licensed in Texas, and your case is happening in California. Whew! The core of this whole beef is whether you gave your attorney permission to speak with him. Your attorney said you did, and you've never directly addressed that point, because if you did, you'd have to contradict your own narrative. So instead, it looks like you're pivoting to attack the lead attorney's character. And not only that, you're dragging Kevin Samuels' name into it to amplify the drama beyond what it actually is. And listen, It almost doesn't matter whether you can prove any of it, because you already admitted you can't prove Kevin Samuels was gay, yet you're still pushing it anyway.
It's awkward right there. Now, I said that to show you a point. Tampon and lead in an ass law. It's another punk ass attorney that I'm gonna bring him up later on. But lead in ass law was very, very proud of his relationship with Kevin Samuels. He told me that he was a very close friend of Kevin Samuels. I'll just put it like that.
So apparently there's this clip floating around where the lead attorney supposedly admits that he and Kevin Samuels were in a relationship. Now listen to this. I'm not even sure what proving that would change in the current situation, but either way, I tracked the clip down.
Man, he used to tell me all the time, he was like, get out from around me. That it will keep you down. YouTube is humongous. I had a girlfriend at the time when I was dating Kevin. When I was dating a girl when me and Kevin started communicating on the phone.
So check this out. It looks like the lead attorney is just talking, slips up, fumbles over his words. Happens to everyone. The difference is that when you're on live stream, you can't take it back. I've done the same thing. Recording videos, going live, saying stuff I didn't mean. When you're recording an episode, as I do, you can pause, fix it, or redo it. On live? Nope. Can anyone make a slip like that? Sure. Does it mean Kevin Samuels and the lead attorney had a gay relationship? Absolutely not. Believing that is straight up childish. But here's the thing. When you're Corey Holcomb, you're going to spin that slip as confirmation.
Trying to tell you, this ain't for everybody. This for the real boys and girls. We know what it is, boy. This ain't for everybody. This for the real boys and girls. We know what it is. This is the word that should be spoken out there. Instead of them fake, I called that man lead in an ass law before I saw.
All right, let's break this down. In Corey Holcomb's mind, which, let's be real, is operating on some very flimsy logic, he's convinced that this proves the lead attorney is gay. And because he thinks the lead attorney is gay, he drags Kevin Samuels into it too. From there, the logic is, if the lead attorney is lying about his sexuality, then everything he said about Derek Dion is automatically false. Let me pause right there. Even if we hypothetically assume, which, spoiler alert, we shouldn't, that the lead attorney and Kevin Samuels were in a relationship, does that magically make his claims about Derek Dion untrue? Does it make his critique of Corey Holcomb unjustified? Absolutely not. That's nonsense. The assumption that being gay or bisexual somehow disqualifies someone from telling the truth is straight up absurd. Here's the reality. All this is a cover because Corey can't face the fact that his own lawyer let him down, a lawyer he probably isn't even paying. Derek Dion, from what I can find, is a personal injury lawyer, not exactly a defamation specialist, and that doesn't prove or disprove anything about your case. And now you're dragging in a guy who has zero connection to this, and who's dead, by the way, and can't defend himself. You're trying to throw Kevin Samuels under the bus, and that's just low. Meanwhile, Corey, if anyone's obsessed with backdoor behavior, it's literally you. Every day, all you talk about is somebody's butt, male-on-male stuff, what goes in, what comes out. That's your focus. Kevin Samuels never once talked about that on his shows. If you ask people in social media circles, friends, or even the LGBTQ community, most would probably point at Corey as the one acting suspiciously. Do I believe Corey Holcomb is gay? Nope. Do I believe he's a predator? Absolutely not. He's just a sad person with too much time on his hands. Kevin Samuels? Also not gay. How do we know? Because when he passed, he literally passed away doing what he lived for, with a woman. Not in any backdoor scenario. He lived in Atlanta, had countless opportunities, and never engaged in the behavior Corey is accusing him of. There were plenty of people who disliked Kevin Samuels and would have jumped at the chance to produce evidence if it existed, dead or alive. None did. So here's the takeaway. Just because you think a man has feminine energy doesn't mean he's gay, especially a man who can't defend himself. Your issue with the lead attorney has zero connection to Kevin Samuels. You didn't know him, probably never spoke to him, and dragging him into your narrative is just plain disrespectful. Grow up. Get over yourself. So guys, what do y'all think? Your boy Shady Jackson is back at it with this episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate all you do, bro.